Here we go. Second deck of the evening. It is a modern favorite. It's Classic Jund back for another ride. Welcome back to the modern format, Liliana of the Vale. From her wonderful tour around the world, I'm sure she had a wonderful time while Luris was looking after the black, green, red color combination. But Jund is back. For anyone who's not aware, this is the absolute classic mid-range deck for the modern format. It's aggressive and has tools to deal with almost every card in the modern format between the 6 discard spells it looks like in this version. 6 to 7 is normal. Inquisition of Kozilek and Thoughtseizes are super efficient 1-mana cards that go after almost any card in your opponent's hand. Then you want to stick a mid-game threat like a Tarmogoyf. Start chipping away at your opponent's hand even further with Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, or accruing value with Wrenn and Six. Liliana the Vale. Liliana the Vale is the epitome of what the Jund archetype stands for, because Liliana the Vale quickly grinds down each opponent or each player's hand to be 0 cards. But it does it at a time usually, or if the Jund player's plan is going well, then your opponent's not going to have too many lands in play. They're not going to have too many resources overall. And when you get the game into a low resource state, say 3 to 4 lands on each player, Jund really is able to stand out above a lot of the decks in Modern because it plays such exceptional threats at 2, 3, and 4 mana. So we're going to go ahead and hop into a league here with this absolute banger of a classic. Last time I played this was like 2 months ago. Modern has shook up a reasonable amount since then, and we will see how this goes. We just got off of playing the Luris Jund list, and it did not go particularly well. So let's see if Classic Jund has a little something better to say here. We did run into a lot of Gruul mid-range. I'm interested to see if this deck has a better matchup than the version of Luris that we played. The idea behind Bone Crusher was better than the 4th Bolt, and it gave another source of pressure. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think overall it's probably worth playing over a 4th Bolt. I play EE for 4 to wipe my mono B Devotion opponent's board of Kalitas and Obligator. Psyched for some OG Jund. Yeah, dude. The classic Jund. This used to be my bane. You can cast either half of the card on Bloodbraid Elf. I will say, after seeing Bone Crusher Giant coming out of the Bloodbraid Elves in the Gruul deck, that is phenomenal. So definitely can get behind Bone Crusher Giant maybe being in the Jund decks. We'll see if people start picking that up. So just like the classic joke from The Simpsons, the new Jund, which was the Luris Jund, was definitely going to be around forever. Ha ha ha. And then it wasn't. So we've got Jund Classic. So it's just like Coca-Cola. They brought out the new one. It was not ever really going to be as good. And so now they, instead of just having Jund, it's now Classic Jund. Jund Classic. It used to be your bane. To play or to play against? Because once Niv Mizzet was discovered, Niv Mizzet was a hilarious thing to play against Jund. It's like, okay, we're playing very similar decks where we have very efficient removal spells for most things, and then I draw a card that draws me like 5 cards against, yeah. So we don't have a fetch land here, but basically no matter what my opponent's playing, I have a very reasonable game plan. We've got Nurturing Peatland and Wrenn and Six, so hand is a banger. We played against this player twice last night. I think they were playing Jund, and then they were playing Red-Green? Made day 2 at GP Portland. Oh, Cheerios. Well, we did pick up a fetch land here, which is really nice. Which can get me Stomping Ground. So we're just going to play this Bloodstained Mire, and then we'll be ready to sacrifice it on my opponent's turn, shock in, and Lightning Bolt if we need to. Or if they play something like a Wrenn and Six of their own, then we won't have to. Although if they do play Wrenn and Six, we could bolt it, then play our own Wrenn and Six, and then ping it. So maybe, yeah, that might be where we're at. And luckily, they're not going to get to plus their Wrenn and Six for any value here, so Deck does not play any haste threats on 3. Damn it. Come on. There really should be a button for add the second thing that this land would produce. Boop. All right. Next turn we get to play Inquisition and Tarmogoyf, which could be great. Scooze. Boop, boop. So that is certainly going to be able to shrink my... Well, never mind. Everything's working out great for us here. Although a Bloodbraid out of them next turn could really screw with our groove. But I think we're going to have to deal with it. Hey, you. Sack Scoos. Dude. So, if they have Bloodbraid into removal spell or something of that nature, we could get beat up a little bit here. But we're on the draw against a hand that seems close to as good as ours. Reasonably good. So just Bloodbraid is all they need to put me in a world of hurt, depending on what they flip. Okay. So, on its own, but Jesus. That's a good one. That's a good one, opponent. Oh, man. Yeah. So, be interested to see... which one of these they go after. I think it'll be the Wrenn and Six. I'm not sure. Go after my Liliana. Okay, so this is kind of good. So it means no matter what, I get to kill their Liliana. But depending on what I flip with my Bloodbraid Elf, I can use this Wrenn and Six to... Okay, so if I got double black, don't need double green, so just getting red is probably fine here. Okay, here's my Cascade. Oh, baby. Thank you for the follow, Trainwreck. So you discard, we gonna shock this gal. Because I have no creatures in my graveyard, unfortunately. But we are going to get to kill my opponent's Liliana the Veil here and be up a Bloodbraid Elf. So this game's just a slog of 2-for-1s, just absolutely filthy. Smack. Give him the up dude. Now give him the down dude. Dude. Alright. Definitely feeling pretty ahead here. We're up 2 cards so far. Goyf. That's fine. I can beat that. Second Goyf. That's... Oh, that's fine. Never mind. We got there. We Gucci. I don't need to do this now, but... Alright, so we're going to play the Tarmogoyf before I make a mistake about that. Can you use my Wrenn and Six to pick up this Peatland? I guess I'll do it now, just to get a new card. Lightning Bolt's a reasonable pickup here. Just pick up the Peatland again. Nurturing Peatland. I will pass here. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so they're going to come at us with the Raging Ravine, I assume. So Raging Ravine is going to eat a Bolt this turn. 2 of the Tarmogoyfs are just going to knock heads. And we're going to probably chump with our... Oh, they're going to play their Kroxa. Well, never mind that. I'm just going to discard the Peatland and take 3. They're going to change the size of the Goyfs here. I don't think in a significant way, maybe. Because I have instant sorcery, land, planeswalker. I don't have a creature, so if they remove all the creatures, Kroxa will change size here. They did not. They left in both creatures. I think I'm just discarding this Peatland. I'll take the 3. These Goyfs can't do any damage here. You have no power here. Problem is, I got a Fatal Push the Kroxa next turn. Oh well, never mind. It's no longer a problem. It was going to be a problem, but then it just wasn't. So I need red and black this turn. I have red and black. Sure, we're good. So we've got Push for Kroxa. We've got Lightning Bolt for the Raging Ravine, and we've got 2 Goyfs to balance out their 2 Goyfs. But mine have the original art and frame. The only thing that could be better than a Future Sight Tarmogoyf is a Ice Age Tarmogoyf. Watsy Wen. Get out of here. What say you, opponent? Do you have some kind of consideration? So let's play the Raging Ravine. I have a Wrenn and Six. So if I swing with 1 or 2 Goyfs here, I can use the down tick to kill one of their Tarmogoyfs. So if I swing with both, either they go knockhead, and I get to kill one, or it ends up even better for me. So I think I'm incentivized to just swing here. So I'm going to do it. And if this is a mistake and the Jund experts are going to tell me in my YouTube comments or otherwise, I will be happy to find out. They're just going to take it. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Okay. Do I want to cycle this Peatland? Yeah, I do. Wait, did I play the Raging Ravine this turn? I did. Well, let's just pick up Wooded Foothills here. I shrunk the Goyfs. That's kind of neat. So as long as a land doesn't go into the graveyard on their turn, the Goyfs are smaller for now. Okay, well, they got one. Boom, boom, bat, 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 boom, boom, bat, bat, bat. Really? Is that where we're at? I'm willing to take it. I can take it. Can you dig it? They have 1 card in hand. They can put 1 card in their graveyard. If they can cast the card in their hand, they can put another card in their graveyard with that, which is not enough to get their Kroxa back. Then we're going to swing on our turn. Swing on my turn. I'm going to swing on my turn, and I'm going to be able to shoot them with the Lightning Bolt. So if I go through with anything, they're just dead. I do need 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 for the Raging Ravine and the Lightning Bolt. So, well, I guess I have this Wooded Foothills. So let's boot up the Ravine. So black, red, green. I don't have another basic in my deck, so I think we'll just do it this way. And we can put a land in the graveyard during the combat step here, so let's do that. This should be pretty cut and dry here. So this is them animating Raging Ravine, right? Okay. Well, mine's bigger, plus I have Bloodbraid Elf, so I don't really see where they're at with this. Okay, so currently I'm crushing them. They concede. No kidding. I had 2 hands in a row now where I wish the drum was a Tantalite. You are not right to wish that, my friend. You are not right to wish that. All right. I know you want I know you want it, but that's a bad Jiggy Wiggy. Bad Jiggy. Bad. You can't even play Tantalites from your graveyard. You can't even suspend them from your graveyard. You can cast them off an Urza Spin. So I think Thoughtseizes are supposed to go out in this matchup, and most of your Inquisitions, if I remember correctly. But I think Veil is fine. Like, I know it feels bad sometimes. Like, you're like, oh, this very narrow bad card would have been so much better than this actual reasonable card sometimes. But it's like, no, dude, that's not how you do. I think Liliana is probably supposed to come in here, so let's take out another Inquisition. Am I supposed to have Pillage in this matchup? I feel like I'm not. Nihil Spellbomb's another thing where it's like, you know, you could, but I don't think so. I think something like this is probably correct. We just need to watch for their Veils. And just like that game, we just have to kind of get luckier than they do. We did win on the draw there, although being on the draw means you have an extra card, so it's kind of nice. I wouldn't mind going down all of my discard, but that feels crazy. If I did, I'd probably grab the Nihil Spellbombs. I guess Inquisition has a reasonable fail rate, and when we get into a top decking battle, this is going to be a better configuration. Let's try this. Nihil Spellbomb giving you sort of a timed draw, where like even if the graveyard exiling clause is not all that useful, just being able to draw a card at instant speed when you want to is fine. I really want to keep this. How many lands are in my deck? 24. But this doesn't have a Wrenn and Six or a fetch land. I think I gotta ship it. That's much better. It's about as good as it gets. I think we ship Ashiok here, even though it's like a haymaker, but it's pretty ideal otherwise. If they have like a super fast aggressive hand or one that's full of discard, we're gonna get beat up, but and unfortunately, if we draw a Veil of Summer anytime in the early game here, or sorry, in the first turn here, okay, well, that's a great draw for us to see. Because we have an equally slow start. I would like to say I freaking love this card. God, I love this card. So I'm hoping they have either Abrupt Decay or Assassin's Trophy here for my Wrenn and Six, which is abysmal for them. Obviously, it's not like we win the game or anything, but this is a nice way to recover from that early sort of disappointing start. I don't need double green, but I will eventually need double black. I have green or red. So I can get this as in either color. Since I have more Overgrown Tombs than Blood Crypts in the deck, I'm going to assume that's the right thing to grab. Oops. Wrenn and Six. Put the Wrenn and Six into play. And next turn. Well, yeah, perfect. Nice clean 2-for-1. That's how we like it, baby. All right, give me your best shot here. Liliana me. Did they stall? Or they just okay? Yeah, they stalled. Well, that's just gross. So we're gonna get to go push Goyf. I think that's probably the play here. I could Liliana instead, but I think push Goyf is where I want to be. Just get a black. It's fine. Just not to take any extra damage. Yeah, seems fine. So this is going to be a 4/5 now. See ya. Boosh. And firing off my black-based removal when they don't have any green mana up is not the worst thing in the world because Still the danger of their Veil of Summer. So the next land I want to get is black-red because I need a second red mana for this Kroxa. I don't think I'm going to bother with it this turn. I think we're probably just going to play Liliana plus Liliana and discard this Blood Crypt. Or discard the Bloodstained... Yeah, we'll discard the Bloodstained Mire. I don't need... Let's attack first to see if they give me Assassin's Trophy or something here. Opponent has 6 cards in hand, but it's like not a big deal since... Wait, I can cast this Kroxa next turn, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get this Kroxa into my graveyard this turn rather than playing Liliana, because next turn I can escape, which, strangely enough, is spelled exactly like escape. I don't know what that's about. Gruul's Spellbreaker. Okay. That's a card in my opponent's deck. Okay. Land? Land. Yikes. So my opponent kept a 7 that was like my first 7. This is why we didn't keep it. This deck is running 2 Raging Ravines, you crazy mofos. Yo, Jiggy, these mofos be crazy. How you gonna do that? How are you gonna play 2? Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. Alright. Get in there, buddy. Get in there. Kroxa say smash. I hate too much of my graveyard. Tarmogoyf is so small. He's boltable. It's a boltable Goyf. No. Don't bolt me. Discards Bloodbraid. Tarmogoyf still boltable. No. All right, attack. Damn it. All right. Well, at least it's not going somewhere more significant. Although, if they land a Liliana here, it's going to be a little sad for me. But not really, because then we just Raging Ravine it down. So, we'll be alright. Yikes. Good lord, opponent. You are in the trouble. Alright, I think I'm just going to cycle this Nihil Spellbomb now and wipe out their graveyard. Is that true? It's probably worth doing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Super worth doing there. So, Raging Ravine. Bloodbraid. Trigger. Oh, man. Well, let's kill their black mana. Force them to get basic swamp. We need a Bloodbraid Elf that has a Assassin's Trophy as an enter the battlefield trigger. That's clearly the direction of power creep we need next. But only for lands. So like a Bloodbraid Elf with like the Field of Ruin trigger. I can almost guarantee we're gonna get that someday. Alright, so am I just supposed to swing with Raging Ravines here or play this Liliana? I'll play the Liliana because she's just going to make me discard a second Liliana that I don't need. Having her in play is, like, pretty good. Are you, I wonder if you should also try the non-Urian version of your deck, Jiggy, at some point, because then you get to play the Mox Hammers and the Springleaf Drums in a more reasonable sort of proportion, let's say. Let's call it. Okay, I think we just kill him here then. We have lethal on board. Yeah. Ah, their list has Klothys in it. Yeah, that's something this one's missing. Is it missing? Okay, so hilarious die rolls. We did eventually win. Looks like we got a 3-lander with a reasonable curve, so I'm going to keep it up. We don't know what we're up against, but that's fine. We leave with the Bloodstained Mire. I have double 1-mana removal here, so probably fetching Overgrown Tomb with this, playing Blackcleave Cliffs into Scooze. Oh, no. The Tronic. This hand is awful against Tron. Awful. God awful. The re-rising of Jund means we're going to see more Tron. Although the Gruul decks are kind of beating down Tron, so... I think Kroxa, you are more accepting of seeing a second copy. I do agree that Klothys is definitely one you don't want to draw two of. And because of the way that Jund functions, you just don't need to play... You don't need to play two. Like, the Gruul decks definitely want to play 2 or 3 a lot of the time. But I think, yeah, for Jund, that's a completely reasonable take, is to play a single Klothys in your 75. Maybe one main, one sideboard. But that's the absolute highest I'd be willing to go. All right, Karn me, baby. 7, keep the 7, hit me with the turn 3 Karn. I'm ready to scoop. What are they going to do with it? And then take my land? If you take my land, I'm a scoop. Card from hand. Okay. We're going to pretend we have a chance here. So 3, and then we have 5, but depending on what we flip. Am I supposed to bolt them? Probably supposed to bolt them. Okay. I'm not going to bolt anything yet. I don't need to. It's technically more mana efficient to do so, but I don't care. I want to have the flexibility after we find out what we're cascading into. We'll never be able to kill this Karn in one shot anyway, so. Okay. We've got red, black, so this could be black. Yeah, this could be black. Okay. Green, red. Bloodbraid. Trigger. That was the one thing I could possibly flip that would allow me to kill Karn. We can hit Karn for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I put everything at Karn, we'll put him down to 2, which means that next turn would have to uptick and go after my hand. I'm still just going to swing at them. If they go after my hand again, there's like a tiny, teeny shot we just punk them out of this game. It's almost impossible, but let's see if we get there. With the 0 discard draw. They don't have another land, or they're just going to look for another Tron land. Ancient Stirrings, they're looking for another payoff. Wormcoil Engine, they don't currently have the mana for it, but all they need is a single land in their 19 land deck. Do they have it? Yeah, they do. All right. Basically just flipped here. They still haven't activated their card. Okay, so we'll exile Tarmogoyf here. Problem is Wormcoil leaves the Wormcoil tokens behind, so even if we find a way to remove it, basically unwinnable. I mean, that was the best possible draw, so let's look at my Cascade. Survey says nope, not good enough. Going to game 2. Don't bring Jund to a Tron fight. Don't do it. It's not going to go well. Alright. So Pillage, 10 out of 10. Ashiok is technically a card. Think pushes out. Wrenn and Six is out. It's probably the only thing we do. Maelstrom Pulse seems reasonable. It can kill a Karn, it can kill an O-Stone. Oh, Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze is a better clock than Wrenn and Six, I guess. Yeah, it is. I don't think I want Collective Brutality, because there's a reasonable chance it's going to whiff, and it doesn't hit any other payoffs. Technically, it's better on the play, but I don't think it's good enough. Because none of their payoffs are, yeah. Alright. And we have no acceleration. We have no way to get to any of our higher cost stuff. Nope. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Okay. Turn 1 Bloodstained Mire. If we don't draw a second land, we're playing turn 2 Barren Moor. This is getting an Overgrown Tomb? No, it's getting a Stomping Grounds. Because I need the double red. Yikes. Any Stomping Grounds? No, I want to play this Inquisition on 2. Let's see if we hit here. We did. Okay. So we can play the Blackcleave on 3. So this one can get Overgrown Tomb, this one can get Stomping Grounds, and then the Blackcleave fills it all in. Overgrown Tomb and cast Inquisition. What do you got, nerd? Crap! Yeah. Forgot that was going to be a thing. Oh, God. Yo, take my energy because I don't have any here, Jig. You got it. It's all you, baby. I just got frickin' Veil of Summered. It was so obvious. And I could have cast that on turn 1. But I didn't because... I mean, it's fine. Like, it's not like I have any stakes here. I won the clown fight that was the mirror match, right? So... You just take all my energy, Jig. Just take all my energy. I didn't have much tonight. My spirit bomb is this big. But I want you to know that you're my boy. You're my boy, Jig! The Inquisition would have been so reasonable. They had multiple Sylvan Scryings. Sure. I guess we're gonna just draw out multiple pillages. Okay, we got one more pillage. Pillage life? Yeah, if we had a Wrenn and Six on 2 before the pillages, like we would be close to pillage lock. You're right. They had triple Sylvan Scrying. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. They're on 7 cards in hand. Like, what? Like, this is impossible. This is impossible. You can't win this match. It cannot be done. Unless you're playing Blood Moon, which you'd have to be an absolute mad lad to do. Actually, I guess I should check out a Aspiring Spikes build from earlier this week, because he was playing Jund with Seasoned Pyromancer. And with that much more red count, maybe he was able to find a way to play Blood Moon in the sideboard, which would give you a lot more game in this kind of matchup. Obviously, you run into a leaky bucket. I mean, it's like kind of best possible. Peasy, good in Jund, oh so good. Why did they stop? I think they just got squeezed on space. Like it just wasn't something that they could. You can't fit everything in the same deck, right? It's like, why does the Storm deck play like 1 Lightning Bolt? It's like you can't put everything in the same deck. You can't play every good card unless you're playing Niv Mizzet. The other Ugin. Yeah, unwinnable matchup. So for anyone who's considering picking up Jund for the modern format, the more popular Tron is, gotta play Urian Jund. See, now you're thinking with portals. But that's Moist Jund, which is my favorite kind of Jund. Angry Sultai. Tranquil Grixis. There's one more. What was the last one? Oh, Teamer Black. That was the name of the energy deck from Standard. There was Teamer Energy, and then there was Teamer Black. Which was only splashing for the Scarab God. And the Grixis energy deck was had the Whirler Virtuosos. Okay. Hand is kind of a banger, so. We're here against Madre Mia Burgers, so this matchup is going to be delicious at minimum. Ancient Ziggurat taps for white. Okay, it's humans. Humans? Yeah, humans should be, at minimum, a fun matchup, but probably really good for us. Like, gratuitously so. I mean, I'm sure you can lose, because humans is a good goddamn deck, but that was the best possible top deck. Now our curve is completely insane. The only thing that could kind of mess with us is the Thalia, because it means I won't be able to play this Liliana of the Veil on curve. But we shall see what we end up against here. Kite Sail Freebooter would be upsetting. Kudro is insane. Kudro is pretty good. Remember how I said that there was a card that could screw us up here? It's that one. That's the one. Okay. I'm gonna play this Forest next turn. So it's Blood Crypt, 100%. Well, it's not 100%. If I didn't want to shock, I could just get the Mountain. Mountain would work here, but Blood Crypt. Kudro is definitely good. I don't know if Kudro's insane, but Kudro's good. I guess against Jund, you actually get to the point of activating the ability on Kudro, which is pretty neat. Burn? Oh, Jig. You can beat Burn. You can beat Burn. I'm assuming you're down game 1. Remember, Jiggy. Remember, Jiggy. Jiggy, remember, Jiggy, just play the one card they can't beat. Just find the Uro, cast Uro, escape Uro, and they concede every time. It's like that thing that happens in Super Smash Brothers, where it's like, no contest. Just do that. You'll be fine. Okay, trophy's kind of a fun draw. By fun, I mean reasonable. By reasonable, I mean fun. Because that'll get that Thalia off the board at the end of their turn. Which means that when I play my Bloodbraid, I won't get screwed up by the Thalia attacks, which is a real thing that can happen. Found the Uro in the opening 6. That's what you want. Be better in the 7, but you'll take it. If they hit Thalia EOT. Yeah, 100%. For multiple reasons, but yes. This Mantis Rider has given us the business, though. Oh, that's a Reflector Mage. Yeah. Shit. Results. Yeah. Actually, I can kill a Thalia in combat now, because they don't have... Call me drunk, you are so wise. Well, but here's the thing. So the only deck I've ever seen that should have been playing 3 Uro and 60 was the original draft of the Iceberg deck, which they just, like, the guy who created and piloted that deck was an absolute madman. Crap, the trophy's gonna give them the land to cast new Thalia if they have one. I'm gonna take the gamble that in their 2-card hand they don't have another Thalia, and if they do, I'm kind of screwed anyway. So, because this Mantis Rider's giving me the business. No Thalia. Okay, they didn't have a Thalia. Good. Blackcleave is not particularly helpful here, but we'll take 1 point to play Bloodbraid into Lightning Bolt. Please not Fatal Push, for the love of Christ. What happened? What happened? What? What happened? I can't cast a Tarmogoyf. Fucking Reflector Mage. Sorry. Try to keep swearing to a minimum on this stream, but wow. I can't even with that one. That is, yeah. All right, second Mantis Rider. Okay. Basically just dead. So sorry, there are so many matches where resolving Uro is just the end of the game. Blouses? What? Game. Blouses. What? Like shirts? Like ladies' shirts? Yeah, we're just dead here anyway. Okay, humans. So Liliana, the Last Hope. Okay. 8-second clip. Dave Chappelle is pretending to be Prince playing a pickup game of basketball. I've seen a good amount of Chappelle Show. It was on when in my youth. Okay, that is definitely Dave Chappelle pretending to be Prince.
Gay. Blouses.
All right. I'm comfortable making that a catchphrase since a couch with the following is not something I can say here. Okay, so humans. Do I want Collective Brutality? It's so clunky. Like, Go couch, Charlie Murphy. Go couch. What in the flip? That's also a Charlie Murphy scene. Blouses. That's just so good out of context. What do we do? Like cut a Liliana the Veil for this Liliana the Lasso? I feel like I'm supposed to board in more, but I also feel like this is supposed to be a really good matchup. Cut a Kroxa? Sure. That makes more sense. It's not particularly good against them, and the way they interact with me is really good against Kroxa. Yeah, Jiggy, come on. You got this. Oh, Faithless Brewers. Oh, Damon Alexander. Nuke launch online. I'd board 2 Brutality in. Well, if we get a game 3, we'll do that. I think I'm keeping this in a game 1. It's hard to toss most 7s, and we're going to be living off the top of our deck anyway. Having 4 lands guaranteed is not a bad thing. And we have a painless early game. Oh, sweet Nuke launch with your powers of Faithless 5-0s. Please bless Jiggy Wiggy in this 5th match. For it is against Burn, and Burn needs no more 5-0s. Tarn, Amber, Drum, Island, Wrenn and Six, Stomping Ground, Kinnan. Whew! Dude. So, if you drum on 1 and Kinnan on 2, you can add 2 mana? Yeah. Yeah, that hand seems really good against something that isn't Burn. Can I play this Tarmogoyf here? I guess I could, but it's not. No, we're just going to play it on 3 with maybe a tapped fetch land. Play Kroxa here on 1, or on 2, and then maybe I get this Tarmogoyf. Do we pray? I mean, that's a really good turn. You're keeping. All right, good luck. You can Kinnan and Wrenn and Six on your turn 2? That's insanity. That's insane. Because you use the drum with Kinnan to make red, and then the Mox to make green. We drew Uro. Okay, well. The faithless gods want you to win this, so you better frickin' win it. Come on, Jiggy, you got this shit. Well, that's a little frustrating. It's probably taking my Tarmogoyf. Because they want me to cast Trophy on one of their creatures. Yeah, they could take the Trophy and guarantee that I can't. There's only creatures in graveyards right now, but I can up that to creatures and lands. But then they're likely to... That is a A+++ draw. Thank you, deck. So now my Goyf is going to be big enough, even if they're a Champion of the Parish. Gets triggered again. Plus, they can't play this Mantis Rider next turn unless they draw a specific land. And that Aether Vial is Garbo. It's very, very tardy to the party. So, it's about as good as it gets here. Oh no, Crusader 100% has to go. There was no question. If we had a Bolt in hand, that would be the only reason not. So if they didn't draw a land that produces blue, all right. Well, at least they can't attack him with the Champion of the Parish. Oh my god. I need to be lucky here. And this is just game 2. I apologize to anyone who's watching this and is like, what the hell happened to this guy? He's usually much more bubbly and positive. I am... Why is my Goyf small? Oh, I didn't put a land in the graveyard because I'm an idiot. So I'm taking extra damage here. Son of a B. Because I had the basic swamp in my hand and I forgot that I needed to... Okay, got it. Got it. I understand what happened. Okay, they have Aether Vial in their hand. So if I plus this Liliana, they discard Aether Vial, I discard Planeswalker, so I've got a 4/5 now, and I can put a land in my graveyard. It's not great, and if they draw a Reflector Mage, they get to eat me alive here, so... We're probably just dead to rights against humans here. Man, I hate physicsing. I assume that was fixing. What? Why not make them sack? Probably because I'm bad? Or what were they going to sack? Probably the Champion of the Parish, which isn't attacking anyway now, so... I'm not a great Gen player, and this was a fairly tight game state to sort of navigate. I guess I got them to discard a card that is basically useless anyway for them, so... Probably not... Not a particularly good play for me. And they got to keep this Champion of the Parish, which is eventually going to be big enough. So yeah, I should have made them sack, but I just don't have enough experience, and I'm not in the best headspace. I was having a bunch of input on Jiggy's game, and not enough on this one. Ha. Okay, so they only have 1 mana to play with here, so they're just going to attack me with the Air Force. Our deck is playing 4 Lightning Bolts, 2 Fatal Push. We didn't board in the Collective Brutalities. Obviously we should have, because, yeah, they've definitely been good here. And we have some Wrenn and Sixes, too. So, like, this has been pretty... Okay, so we can Bolt, but we can't also Kroxa. So we're just going to wait, Bolt the Freebooter, and then Trophy the Mantis Rider. And we do have enough mana for that. The reason we're not doing any of that now is I want to see if they either play another freebooter, or if they get frisky and attack with everything, thinking that they sort of smell blood and they're going to go for the kill. Just the flyers? Okay. So, without Aether Vial, they're not likely to have a lot of instant speed tricks here, and their mana is not really in a position where they're going to have access to that. We get to Kroxa next turn, so this might be a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. We're going to go get their one island. Well, that's like a best possible draw, huh? Attack for 6. Smash. I love in Jund drawing the one of Maelstrom Pulse, because everyone knows it's the one of, right? Like, everyone on the planet knows it's like, oh, Jund plays Maelstrom Pulse, but it's a one of. Jiggy! You glorious bastard. Send it to me, I'm playing it tomorrow. Send me the list, I'm playing it tomorrow. Because then I have to 5-0 with it and dethrone you. We did it! Dracula. Okay, so attack for 6. So I played it last night on my channel. Yeah, of course you can post a link. Jiggy, I trust you in my channel. This is 100%. When in the future, whenever you feel it's appropriate, feel free to link whatever you want. Anytime, all right? You and Roy have a free pass on linking stuff, all right? Because I know neither of you are going to abuse it. All right, so they have to keep a card in hand. If I go to attack step, I kill them. So they have to keep a card in hand. It can't be a land. So they had to keep a spell in hand. So if they had Thalia's Lieutenant, that wouldn't kill me, and they would die. All right, there you go. There's Jiggy's update of the Urian Kinnan deck. I played a previous version of it on stream last night, and then I think Jiggy made most of the tweaks that I suggested, and now we're at that state. Okay, I'm bringing in Collective Brutalities here. We're on the draw, so maybe let's take out some of this 1-mana discard. That feels correct to me. Only one tweak? Drum was absolutely better than Tantalite. Well, no freaking kidding, dude. Drum was better than Tantalite. What are you talking? So, okay, that's the only change you made? Okay. Well, if I play the deck, I'm going to cut down on the number of Wrenn and Sixes, or Royal Scions. Royal Scions. Might get me a Jace in there. What do you think about that, Jiggy? What you think about that? We're going to play a Jace. 3 red-green Ponza, 1 Black Devotion, and 1 Burn. But you played against Black Devotion when you were 3-0. Dude, like... Alright, is this a keep against humans? Yeah, on the draw. So they kept their 7. Jace is sexy. Who's 3-1? Tamiyo Collector? You want me to play Tamiyo Collector of Tales? Alright, I'll take out 1 Royal Scions and 1 Jace for that. Can I keep this? Anyone? Help? Can I keep this against humans on the draw? There's no good interaction. This is turn 2 Goyf. I don't have land. You'd keep? Alright. Prey on the top of the deck. So we go turn 1, fetch Overgrown Tomb, turn 2, fetch Blood Crypt, and then just pray. And they kept a 7. Maybe it's a bad 7. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, so they can't be playing Aether Vial here. Finally getting a Noble Hierarch start. Okay. We don't have a Wrenn and Six. Kind of sucks. Then again, they could... Listen, dude, I love you, but why aren't you a Lightning Bolt? Like, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Just... That's a really bad hand. Y'all, respect. Yeah, we're getting the 2. And we're getting Blood Crypt with this one. Y'all, respect. So, Assassin's Trophy, not spectacular here. If they... Fudge. I was trying to move that window. At least it's a black source. Christ. Is it toxic to try to time out someone who's playing a turns deck? Pensor... No. And I think the suggestion that it would be... I have no criticism on you. I'm saying that anyone who tells you anything along the lines that that's true is just trying to be like a weird sportsmanship-y person on Magic Online. And I'm not saying there's no place for sportsmanship. What I am saying is the clock is part of the game here. So if you feel comfortable, and again, this all comes down to you. If you feel comfortable saying, hey, my opponent is not playing by the rules, right? I'm going to play by the rules, and I'm going to use my clock aggressively all match long, every match. Guess what? Some of the best players who play Magic the Gathering online are very good at using their clock aggressively all the time, and they get a bunch of match wins from it. So, no, it's not, first of all. So, what I would say is little shitty is doing weird things where you, like, set weird stops on your opponent's turn that they have to, like, kind of click through when they're trying to be careful about stuff. Like, that's when it gets a little skeezy, when you try to, like, play the clock against them. But most people don't do that. Most people, what they do is they just play quickly. Esper. This has got to be Reflector Mage. Sin Collector. All right, I'm going to lose my Assassin's Trophy. So if we top deck a land for this Liliana the Last Hope, and if their Aether Vial is not firing in a Thalia's Lieutenant here, we are going to be in great shape. I didn't do that, just didn't concede when he had the game locked down. He won with 20 seconds left, and I had like 14 minutes. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. It is their responsibility to win with the amount of clock they've been allotted. And kudos to them for doing it, right? Like, congratulations. They did the thing, right? But if they hadn't, you don't need to feel bad about it. Thank you. That said, in tournaments, like, I'm a player who is much more likely to call a judge on myself when I make a misplay that I think deserves a penalty than I am to call my opponent on small misplays that quote unquote deserve a penalty. And by penalty, I mean, like, warning for mistriggers or warning for just game rule violations. I just don't tend to call a lot of them that my opponents make, but I will call my own. But that's because I'm a judge, so I feel like I have to sort of hold myself to a particular standard. Land. Yeah, buddy! Alright. So you flip the land here. We're going to play Liliana the Last Hope, and we're going to hope that the 2-drop in their hand is not a Thalia's Lieutenant. To that end, there's a huge difference in paper tournaments because you share a clock versus having your own chess clock. That's true, but I play a lot of dirtily control decks in paper, and I try to be reasonable with clock because I'm an experienced player who's played for a long time. Okay, what am I supposed to kill here? No step on Sneck? Is it the Thalia? I'm pretty sure it's the Thalia. I'm just wondering if seeing the clock as a resource on MTGO is fine. It's 100% fine. 110% fine. Just like I have the bot in my channel here. The bot in my channel tells me basically what the last deck Come on, you didn't. You didn't. They did. Holy crap. That is some next freaking level play. Awesome. Awesome. This is part of the reason I wanted to target the Noble Hierarch, but holy crap with that play. That was phenomenal. That's still good. Yeah, but there's no creature in the graveyard to make my Tarmogoyf into 2/3s. She can't stack. Yeah, sure, but their Sin Collector sure can, as a 4/3. The 4/3 can kill my Liliana. If I killed the Noble Hierarch, it can only attack as a 3/2, and I would have 2/3s to block it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, this was what I was worried about. Like, it's like every time I play against an ad nauseum player and they have a Pentad Prism in game 2 or 3, and I'm like, oh, I could play this discard spell, but that's green mana, and they play Veil of Summer. They always have it. They always have it. Yeah. They're just going to attack with Mantis Rider, kill my Liliana here. Doesn't matter what you target. Actually, yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting that. Holy crap. Yeah. Oh, man. That is... Jesus, that's a good draw. They had a weak opener, but good lord did it turn into absolute house. They can even attack with their Thalia. I can't group block it. You know what? I'm good here. I'm good. I've seen enough. I'm going to check the top of my deck. See if it was a Maelstrom Pulse, which would barely matter, but we're just screwed. I think your sideboard not having any not targeted removal is hard. I agree. Yeah, there's no Damnation. There's no... I don't know what else you could play, but... All right, 1 and 2. I think Humans is supposed to be a good matchup, but Christ. Oh, Anger. Yeah, Engineer Explosives. Yeah. And there's no Abrupt Decays in the 75 either to kill an early Aether Ball. Yeah, there's no Plague Engineer. This is a weird Jund deck, actually, compared to the previous ones I've played. Still on track for the Gen 5. Well, we'll see. We 2-3'd the last league. I've had some brutal couple of days. That's why I shipped you mine. Well, I'll have to play yours next week if I want to play a Jund deck next week. EE is so good. It's very good with Emery. I don't like EE that much, to be perfectly honest. EE plus Astrolabe is gasoline. Unless you need EE on one. But even then, it tends to turn your Astrolabes into redraws. So, Overgrown Tomb and a Mountain gets us to most of this hand. So I think we keep and we're on the draw. So this is fine. Deck feels so broken. I mean, when it works, right? That's an A+ pickup. No, we're supposed to Inquisition here. Yeah. Holy crap. That is a hand. Force Cryptic and lands. All right, we're against no fun control. I'll see you in a second, Sneck. Are they going to force this with their Cryptic? The only spells in their hand? Or did they draw... Yeah, they did. Jesus. Well, we're gonna go Liliana next turn and discard Fatal Push, and you just feel great about everything, I assume. So as far as we know, their hand is just lands, and not even very good ones. Yeah, I do hate being on this side of this matchup, but I'll take it. No. No. Oh, good draw. Christ. Well, they can't escape it next turn. Though they're very close. Actually, maybe they can. Okay, we're actually going to discard this Lightning Bolt. Fatal Push could kill an arrow. And Inquisition might be important the turn after. They do not have blue card force. Come on now. There is no way you have blue card force. I don't know what that big pause was about, but I did not appreciate it. I hope they have it. Just put chicken on the grill. Didn't want to ask advice while I was AFK. Hey man, if you want some chicken grilling advice, want you to ask advice. No, thank you. Thank you. What do you got, nerd? Is it bad that I love Fairy 3? No, that's fine. It's a good card. I like that card. I like that card a lot. I like that card because it lets complete nonsense decks like Niv Mizzet happen. Okay. Well, they can play Arrow. Hopefully we pick up fetch land or something so that I can push it. Although I guess using Maelstrom Pulse and discarding the push is basically as good. While Teferi 3 is absurd, I like that Teferi 3 allows decks like Niv Mizzet to exist. And maybe that's just me being a Niv Mizzet fan, but I love the Niv Mizzet deck, so unfortunately, Teferi has to stay. Teferi lets a very particular type of mid-range deck be a lot better than it would be otherwise. Okay, so I think I'm just edicting them, or am I playing Maelstrom Pulse? No, I'm playing Maelstrom Pulse and plussing Liliana. They have one card in hand, they can't stop me. See ya. Deck has been bad for you last month? Well, yeah. I mean, I don't play it that much right now, but that doesn't mean I don't love it. So they're a cryptic deck. So we're definitely going to keep an extra card in hand as we plus with Liliana for now. Because if they bounce my Liliana in response to the activation, and I have no cards in hand, then they get to wreck me. Unfortunately, I decided to play out that Raging Ravine into their open mana. That was a bad choice. Don't do that. Sure, let's get more black mana. You got something else? Jesus. Wait, no, that's fine. Pew. So we're just taking half their lands next turn, right? Like no contest? Well, we'll see what we draw. Actually, I kind of want to make them discard one more time. I almost always get punished for doing this, but I'm going to keep doing it because I'm greedy. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What is this? Stop it. Stop it. Oh, that's fine. All right. Oh, they've got Uro next turn. But it depends on what they draw. All right. We'll go for the draw. If they draw the perfects. There are plenty of things they can draw here that don't result in an Uro happening. Okay. That's not one of them. Stop it. Stop it. Draw another Mana Leak. Just draw another Mana Leak. Path Exile. Yeah, that didn't do it. Wait, no. Does it? Could they have Uro'd there? They could have Uro'd there. Why did they not Uro there? No, 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 no. Okay, good. Whew. Thank God I had a creature. Let's go attack. Well, my opponent screwed up, and I almost screwed up, but then I didn't. So, yay. Good game, I guess. There's literally, unless they have no basics left in their entire library, they should have been able to Uro me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. What happened? Good Lord. Now, sometimes you get lucky, I guess. Hey, you, sack your stuff. Just half. Just half. You'll get to keep 4 lands. So we'll leave them with... That's fine. Maybe they don't understand the Uro-Skooz interaction. That's possible. That's possible. Always float your mana, folks. It's technically correct, which makes it the best kind of correct. Yeah, or maybe they're bad at like the Uro math. Like they didn't realize like, oh yeah, if I pay 2 and sack the field, I get an untapped land, and that untapped land means I have 4. All right, so I can just click on cards. Okay, good. So we're gonna go these versus these. Is that right? No, by putting... Yeah, so this way they get to keep 4 lands, but they have 0 white mana. Versus this side where they get to keep 3 lands, but their colors are relatively good, but they don't have triple blue. I think this is fine. You can overthink things like this, and you can come up with something more optimal. I'm usually more of a shoot from the hip, figure it out, and just roll. Yeah, I think they maybe clicked on the wrong pile. I think they would not only want 4 mana, but they probably want triple island. Although, not having access to, like, technically, if they had the other pile, they would have had access to Mystic Sanctuary, but their graveyard is pretty cleared out, and I have a Skooz in play, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we get to bring in Boil, which seems good. Ashiok also seems pretty okay, and I think that's it. I'm pretty sure Veil of Summer only comes in for like the black based matchups, black and black-blue. Because their removal is in the form of like Path to Exile and Supreme Verdict. So not convinced that I need to bring in anything else. Maybe Nihil Spellbomb. Bolt is like not amazing here. I don't think I want to cut all of them, but I don't think I want to cut all of them, but I think that's fine. I feel like I'm overboarding. Probably not. Wrenn and Six isn't removal, but we're only playing 3. Maybe it's Inquisition. It's supposed to go a little bit. Go down to 1 bolt. This feels okay. Feels okay. Like, I like Skoos. Like everything that's in my piles right now. Hand is not great, but it's fine. So, Overgrown Tomb, Blackcleave Cliffs. Play Kroxa first into Goyf into... We'll see. Never mind. Because this has to come into play tap, you usually want to play it first. Kroxa is a hilarious turn 2 play a lot of the time because for some reason these type of control decks sometimes will just be like Path to Exile, and it's like, okay, I'll take my free 3 for 1. I don't need land drops yet, and with their mana open like this, I'd rather play Kroxa first here. Wrenn and Six is like a really, really good threat over the course of a game. They could also play Teferi next turn, and for some reason they could down ticket to try to draw a card if they need a 4th land, and then Wrenn and Six can come down and ping it. Again, not likely, but things that can happen. Things that exist in the realm of possibilities. Oh my god. That's crazy, right? Is that a 3 for 1? Am I bonkers? That's a 3 for 1, right? This will now not come into play untapped. So I actually should have played it this turn. Not really sure why I didn't. So punt. So just grab a forest. No, mountain, because the Verdant Catacombs could grab me a forest if I want more basics. But I don't want to grab out basics wherever possible because they have Field of Ruins. We want to leave as many basics as possible in our deck, so we'll probably just fetch shock next turn. We got rid of Archmage's Charm there. That's nice. I still can't believe they freaking pathed me. Because this means I get to Bloodbraid next turn, which is insane. Like... Why would you path the Kroxa on the front side? That can't possibly be correct. They didn't shock that, so they don't have a Force of Negation here. Or if they do, they've elected to leave it off, which is fine. We're going to get Overgrown Tomb. I also want to say that Trinket Mage for Astrolabe was so sick for me. I did it all the time. I did love Trinket Mage for Astrolabe with the option of Trinket Mage for Shadow Spear. I thought that was a great, that was a really great development from you. So well done on that one. Like, that's all you, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful all the time. All right, what do we get? Trophy? Sure, why not? Boom, boom, bat, 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 boom, boom, bat, 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 boom, boom, bat, 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 boom, boom, bat, bat, boom, bat, boom, boom, bat, bat. Well, you might want to look at getting a 3rd Trinket Mage in the list into the 80. No, I mean they're accurate. I'm not jerking you over here. You know, you made the call. You put the card in the deck list, so you take the credit there, dude. Yeah, I think a 3rd Trinket Mage would be fine. And again, I think maybe it's too cute to look down the Sunbeam Spellbomb route. But I will say, I think in the Bant Urza deck that I played, what's it called really overperformed for me. Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector is... White will be too hard. Well, if you cut the Wrenn and Sixes, right? Or if you pushed it in a slightly different direction. Let me see if I can drum up a... what deck are we talking about? There is a Urian Kinnan deck that my good friend Jiggy Wiggy just 5-0'd with. So if you're interested in getting the jig, look no further. Also, welcome Thalia Hanu. Aether Gust and Teferi. Yikes. I have double Goyf in hand, so if I take the Teferi, then I just play Goyf, and then they're going to gust it, and then I play another Goyf, and then next turn I play another Goyf. And then we'll also play Wrenn and Six next turn, so that seems fine. Got to fetch first. I don't need more green mana, but I don't want to get a basic. So let's get the Bloodiest of Crypts, I believe. Okay. Should be in a good position this game. Tarmogoyf. Aether Gust. And their Mystic Sanctuary in their hand doesn't do anything right now. Them letting the Tarmogoyf resolve is kind of suspect. Is it? Yeah, it is. Letting the Tarmogoyf resolve is suspect because if I have a Veil of Summer, you can counter Aether Gust on a permanent, though you can't counter Aether Gust with a Veil of Summer on a spell. So, not the best choice. Their hand is currently Mystic Sanctuary plus X. What are you knowing, Jiggy? I'm a little behind. My name is Dr. Cheeks. I'm making my rounds, and I'm a little behind. No cutting Wrenn? Never? Well, I agree with that, but what I'm saying is if you cut Scions, and if you cut the... Yeah, sure. Cut Scions, cut the Galvanic Blast from the sideboard in favor of maybe different cards, and, like, don't get me wrong, I am not the biggest fan of white. I'm just saying I thought that... Thraben Inspector overperformed when I played it. I need this to resolve if I want to play the Goyf. Cool. So I still have a land drop, right? I do, yeah. Boom, 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 bat, 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 boom, ba-doom, bat, 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 boom, boom, bat, 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 boom, ba-doom, bat, 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 ba-doom, bat. So they can't currently play Supreme Verdict. I don't know what the one card in their hand is. So I'm just going to overextend, but the potential for having a blisteringly fast clock is not a problem. White just might be tricky. I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying it's worth investigating, and you're already playing Drum, and you're already playing Astrolabe. I'm not saying white's tricky. I'm just saying you get timely reinforcements. In Modern, 5-color decks aren't too hard. It depends. If you start out heavy in green and you have the right kind of split of stuff, and that's what I'm saying is I think we're almost there already. So is it Jace or Teferi? Teferi is fine. Teferi has to tuck something, right? Plus. Oh, I guess that's fair. Like he's basically screwed no matter what, so you might as well plus it. Okay, so I think they conceded. They conceded. Yeah. Okay, cool. Match win. All right, we are 2-2. I'll be back in 2 seconds, and we will try to get the Jund 5-0. What's jeudi? Jeudi is French for Thursday. So, as a Canadian, I'm forced to learn some amount of French, and I like alliteration. So, jeudi jund is jund on Thursday. Also, I think I missed switching over the deck list. I probably did. Yeah, I did. We're against E-Girl Uwu. Wow, they've got a very modern name with their Braids Conjurer Adept. We're on the draw here. It's a fine hand on the draw, so... Also, please tell me Ovia Pashiri was, like, incredibly busted in at least one game you played in your league, Jig. Please tell me that Kaladesh Grandma just was, like, cracking skulls with a bunch of giant constructs. Ooh, big mana. Okay, this could be bad. We already kept a hand that is not the best here, so... Okay, what am I taking here? Dryad is more threatening early. Azusa gives more land drops. They have a Growth Chamber in hand, so the turn they play the Azusa, they're going to probably play something that triggers, which means I'm going to get to kill it in response to the trigger. Apparently I know this player IRL. Only made a servo once, but she was sweet as Mox Fuel. Yeah. Sai is fun. Sai is an option. Narset? Yeah, Narset. Or Saheeli. Okay. Having Bolt ready here is as good as gets. Yes, we are going to bring in Boil Post board. We'll see if my opponent is smart enough to play around it in the game 2 and 3. But we do get to do that. And Pillage, I assume. Because they kind of need every land that they have to land. Land to land. Okay, so let's see how wise of a Titan player they are. The wise Titan player would, play the Ghost Quarter before. Yeah. So, unfortunately, we're not denying them any land drops here, and they have a Titan in hand. So, already gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shit. God damn it. Ha. Sorry, just in the grieving phase over here. So, I should have Fatal Pushed because I had double Bolt. You would have definitely taken a Souza first? Yeah, I just... I punted this in a bunch of different ways, so don't even worry about it. It's not... Don't worry, we screwed this up in multiple ways. So FYI, so take the... We had a Fatal Push in our opening hand anyway. And for some reason I forgot that you could stack bolts to kill a Titan. You can actually kill a Titan with 2 lightning bolts. That's all it takes. It's not that big. On the flip side, they don't have an amulet, so we're not dead right away. But they are going to get an active Field of the Dead here, plus probably a... Well, they can't do everything, actually, with this. We are screwed, though. Yeah, they got a Teleria West. So one of the other cards in their hand is probably a bounce land. Yeah. I'm going to cast my Bloodbraid Elf and just spin it for funsies, but I don't think it matters. What is up, Mare Bear? It has been a heck of a stream. Hope work goes well. Oh no, not in a particularly bad way. It's just low energy and generally, yeah. Anyway, moving on to game 2. Ashiok, Pillage, and Boil. What are you cutting? Liliana's? No, they're probably okay. Scooze is no good. Bolt is no good. Yeah, you mentioned something about a dog taking you for a walk. Feel like we can cut some number of Inquisitions because Thoughtseize is clearly better, but Bolt kills Azusa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Kroxa? What, 1 or 2? Yeah. But it's such a fast clock. Like, I feel like going down to 0 is always awkward. Because, like, if you get a Kroxa into play, it's such a crazy clock. And I guess we're not playing Blood Moon, so, like, probably don't need it. Yeah, you like 1? Okay. I do too. Okay. I'm pretty happy where we are. Again, for reference, if I had played that first game better, we could have done reasonably there. I have no idea if we would have gotten anywhere close to winning, but we certainly would not have gotten trashed as much as we were. This has no sideboard cards. It's got 2 ghosts and a lightning bolt, but that's probably not good enough. That's insane. Keep. That's absolutely busted, right? This is about as good as it gets. Yep. Okay. Ship Tomb? Oh, I should have shipped the Tomb. Because we have fetch land and Wrenn and Six. Yeah. I was like, I gotta make sure I have enough land to start casting the Pillages. This is just the fact that I'm just, like, completely wiped and I don't have... I can't process everything right now. So, hopefully over the next couple days I get my shit together and, okay. No turn 1 omelet. Don't, okay. Because that is the hand that could beat this. I think I can just get a swamp here. Or not a swamp, a mountain. I know I need a red source, because I need double red next turn. So mountain here is fine, and then the next one has to get probably Blood Crypt. Yeah. Bloodbraid was one of the best possible draws too. Crypt? No, it's too late now. We're gonna get Crypt on the next one. Why did you want to get Crypt on that one specifically? Like, does it matter? Like, do our colors need to be that good? That is like the best possible play for us, right? Holy crap. So we're going to pillage this turn, but like, wow. That's a yikes and a half. I should have used the Bloodstained Mire there, because if my opponent's paying attention, they can know now that I have an extra land in my hand. Not that it's likely to matter in any way in this game, but just in terms of playing absolutely optimally, that is the correct play. So that might be game on the play. Let's see. This might be over. Plays field. Yikes. Okay. Yo, Zach, I got a DM earlier today of people playing Winota and Modern. My list is in the next deck dump. Well, there was a Winota deck in the last deck dump. I don't know if you missed it or what. Am I playing Bloodbraid this turn? Or am I playing Ashiok? I feel like I'm not worried about any searching right now from them. So I'm just going to Bloodbraid and put this crazy clock into play. Nah, dude, you did it. Like, I mean, you put in the work. Non-stop, dude. The guys on Faithless were talking about you because you nominated Winota. What? What? God bless it. We're only a couple turns from looping pillages. Good lord. Oh yeah, Jiggy's new Supreme Spice is amazing, dude. Oh, come on, all I did was input on a few cards and play it in a league and go 1-4 with it. It was 1-4, but the match we won, we 2-0'd, and every other match was a 1-2. So it was brutal. All right. Peace out then, Jig. Godspeed, you beautiful human. Yeah, they were good lessons learned, that's true. Oh, thanks, Jiggy. I'll do the best I can to be in good shape for it. So, I assume this is over because we're about to go emblem into quadruple pillage. Plus we're putting the Ashiok out. Didn't even need to play the Ashiok. It's the one of, and we did not need to play it. Now for the harder game. So we're looking for early discard in this one. I kind of want to board back in some more, but like, as crazy as it seems, I want to do something like that. Wow, it was not good. So, sorry, someone 5-0'd with a bad Winota deck? You mean someone other than me? Because I happen to remember, or maybe we do that. I think I like that. Because I remember Damon cutting into the Nimble Obstructionists, which is funny because I remember the final round was against blue-white Living End, and the Nimble Obstructionists were like A++ gas. Board out K command for Wrenn and Six. If I can, I will. Nope. We haven't seen any amulets from them, but like, wow, why is this so close? It's turn 1 Thoughtseize, and we have 2 shots at a land in a 24 land deck. Problem is, this deck has a reasonable number of tap lands, so I think I like have to mulligan this. 7 humans in the whole deck, and need a stack of odd 2-drops. Copters, Strangleroot, and right. It was a 60 card with the Strangleroots. Yeah, I thought it looked kind of weird and bad, and it was just Naya, right? K-Command on the draw isn't going to do anything. Agreed. I can't keep this, right? If I miss my second land drop, or if it's like a black-red land, we're screwed.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters.
You got them all?
before the
Yeah.
start of the rainy season.
What's up, Schwen?
A shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the
Oh, that's like... We just got a top deck relevant cards. Nah, dude, it's okay. Don't even worry about it, dude. We got Legacy Champion streamer in here, Lynn Chalice. Maybe consider if it was sketch. This key, yeah, okay. So we're just gonna ship one of these Verdant Catacombs. Go to 5 as a no. Yeah, exactly. Well, we've got double Inquisition, so hopefully we can open up their hand enough for it to be relevant. This is a really bad start from them, like in terms of just general. That is one of the best possible draws. So we're gonna go get Blood Crypt, play Inquisition. We'll see if we have to play the other one. First time to fetch, it might have been... Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. In the first hand, if it was a fetch, we would have been okay, but... Is Wrenn good in Modern? Wrenn is fantastic in Modern, my friend. Okay, so... Engineered Explosives is not... Oh, we got to take the Aether Gust, right? So we take Aether Gust this turn, we take Dryad next turn, and then we play Pillage, and then we play Wrenn and Six. I think that all makes sense. I mean, in terms of like an opening line, seems fine. They top decked that. That was that's a new card. So we know their whole hand right now. No, I've been playing black discard decks in Modern for a long time. Hello! Well then. Okay. I think I want to use Verdant Catacombs to get basic Swamp, and then Bloodstained Mire to... Sorry. Verdant Catacombs can get Overgrown Tomb, and then Bloodstained Mire can get Mountain. Okay, first. I mean, we can. We know 100% of the information, so we don't need to mess around, but yes, we could do it that way. The question is, are we taking their Engineered Explosives, or are we taking their Titan? Because taking the Engineered Explosives stops them from stopping my Wrenn and Six. And then we've got the Pillage, and then... So I can play this. We can IOK now. So let's dismiss. Yeah, we're taking the Dryad. The question is, with the Thoughtseize, am I taking the Engineered Explosives or the Titan? Because we have a Pillage, and they have nowhere close to enough mana to cast this Titan. But do I want to leave that up to chance? Okay. I just like the idea of Wrenn and Six getting to the emblem, just winning the game that way, but obviously that's not super likely to happen. If they claw back, it's the only way they can. But they're going to draw a second Titan at some point, right? That's why I want to take the Engineer Explosives, because this gives us inevitability here. Right now, if they draw Castle Garenbrig, they have all the mana they need for Titan, but we have a Pillage. They don't know that. Like, the thing is, they have 7 more Titans in their deck, right? 7. Like, we can't stop them from drawing it. Wrenn is so far away from going off. I agree with you, but I'm just saying we can keep beating back the Titan. Like, the top of our deck could be a Liliana or a Pillage or a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah? Alright. I'm going to take my line. And we'll see. We'll see. Right? Like... Okay. Well, already in trouble. Immediately punished. So if they have a Garen Brig, they can go off next turn. So I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to play this Pillage. Because the thing is, if I top deck a land, I can play the Bloodbraid Elf. So we have double black, so I could just get a mountain here, and my life total is reasonably low. The question is, what are we killing, Valakut or Field? I think it's Valakut, right? Because if they get a Dryad, they don't need many more lands to start whacking me. The other consideration is to hit like the breeding pool or their forest, because that knocks them off of double green. Valakut makes colored mana. Yeah. We could hit the breeding pool again. That's like a sort of percentage play. Hitting pool is probably legit. Yeah, I like that best. Hitting pool is more likely to stop them from getting to their next big play. Whereas, like, if they get to whatever they want, Valakut and or Field of the Dead are probably... Sorry, either Valakut or Field of the Dead are going to be good enough to mess with us. So, well, that's unfortunate. Probably have another field. They might. Well, that was probably the best possible draw. All right, let's Bloodbraid into Pillage. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Right now. No Fatal Push. Don't do it. Liliana is fine, too. Okay. I freaking hate this card. I hate this card. I hate that card. This card sucks. Why would anyone elect to play this card? Jesus. I hate Bloodbraid Elf so much. I always have. Oh, no. All right. All right. Okay. Nope. No. Just no. Nope. Yeah, I took a bad line, and it looks like we lost to it. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. And when I played Titan yesterday, we ran into 2 Gruul decks, and we just got eaten alive. Not yesterday? Was it yesterday? It was the day before yesterday. Okay. Yeah. Did they screw up, or are the triggers being weird? They screwed up. Where did they screw up? I don't see it. Oh, what? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? What? He got enough. Oh, no. Wait, what? But, and he has a forest in hand. Yeah, I just don't know why they're not stacked. I guess because one is newly controlled. Okay, well, yeah. Getcha? Okay, so we attack for 3, put them to 8, ping them. Which puts them to 7. Next turn, attack them to 4, ping them to 3. Okay. No. You gotta be kidding me. Didn't get punished? My butt. Come on. Oh no, he's pumping. He's just messing with me? I don't know. Let's find out. Escape shift. No, I think he was just messing with me. Oh, maybe not. I think he was just messing with me and being like, oh, I top decked the Titan. I did it. Well, maybe not. No. They can do it. Okay, but you have to pay for that next upkeep, and you don't... Oh, they have another forest in their hand, I think. Oh, they got Dryad. Yikes. Yeah. God. Stupid deck. All right, maybe we top deck Boil. Let's do it. Let's top deck Boil. I don't think it actually does that much, but... I don't even... Pillage? Trophy. Trophy a field to give them another zombie? I'm pretty sure I was supposed to hit the Valakut there. I barely care. This has been just too rough. Just a little bit too much variance in this league for me. Yeah. And like game 2 was so definitively in our favor that it's like, I don't know. No, Jund be fine. I'm just not personally in the good enough headspace to be playing Jund, I think. Alright. So your Cascades have been shit. Yeah, but that's Bloodbraid Elf, right? Like, that's the reason I don't like the card. Anyway. Classic Jund. Back to stay? Question mark? Probably back to stay in the modern metagame. This is one of the best, just sort of all-around mid-range decks that you can play. It's got a very, very reasonable clock, great threats. The discard package means you can beat literally anything. Lightning Bolt deals with almost everything in the format. Wrenn and Six and Liliana the Veil are a fantastic duo for grinding your opponents. Kroxa gives this deck a lot of extra power that it was lacking. Actually, before Kroxa, there were a couple of matchups where Jund had a really hard time. I think E-Tron was one of them, and Kroxa's really given them a bit more of a foot up on that one. And Bloodbraid Elf, super, super, super powerful high variance card. So just be more lucky than I was tonight, and you could easily have an actual 5-0 instead of a Jund 2-3. Lots of play to the deck. If I was someone who would want it to be very, very dedicated to it and really apply myself, I think it'd be good. I think No Step on Sneck 666 has a really good deck list. I might put it. Yeah. So, but here's the just an overall point. So, Magic the Gathering has a lot of randomness in it already. Your draw step is random every single time. So, one of the things about the decks that I love playing is they very much like usually front load the randomness. Don't get me wrong. Drawing cards in the middle of a turn, you're adding more randomness, which is very similar to cascading. But somehow there's a huge difference to me in the feel of like of the choice to draw more cards, and then you get to see what they are and choose to play or not play them, and your opponent doesn't know what they are, versus Bloodbraid Elf where it's like, okay, you could get 7 mana worth of stuff for 4 mana, but you have no control. And not only can you get 7 mana worth of stuff, that 7 mana worth of stuff might be worthless. You can cascade into Maelstrom Pulse when what you needed was Inquisition of Kozilek. You can cascade into Inquisition of Kozilek when what you needed was a Tarmogoyf. Like, it's just... And don't get me wrong, Jund is built in a very good way to make Bloodbraid hit and hit hard, which is great. Versus the green-red, the Gruul deck, because the Gruul deck can Bloodbraid into one of their 4 Arbor Elves or 4 Utopia Sprawls. So Bloodbraid in that deck is much less impressive on average. The difference is that deck is much more aggressive on average. So your Bloodbraid doesn't need to do as much to close out games when you already have more aggressive power built in. Yeah. So, and again, as I explained in the beginning of tonight's stream, I was not in the best headspace. I'm a little physically drained. If there's anyone out there who's wondering why I seem maybe a little bit more crabby than usual, that is why. That said, I'm going to be back tomorrow night on Friday night for some Friday Night Magic stream with the wonderful Jiggy Wiggies, Urian Kinnan adventure deck. With some of the updates that I suggested. I might tweak it a little bit more. We might play the Teamer version followed by a Teamer White version. So feel free to tune on in. And maybe we're going to play some Iceberg in a prelim. But I don't think I'm going to be up for that. I scheduled that earlier in the week when I was feeling much better. And anyway. Oh, no problem. No Step on Snake. We're happy to have you here. So come on by. I have a schedule underneath the stream, although I should get used to using Twitch's scheduling thing. I don't, but I should. I'll try to catch up with that over the weekend. Health takes priority. I mean, yeah, I mean, part of the thing that's going on with me right now, let's just switch on the idle stream that part of the thing that's going on with me right now, I don't, you know, this is not a health thing that I need to keep a secret or anything like that. I have like this aggressive boil, we think it is, on my chest here near my arm, which is just making my, you know, everyday life very uncomfortable. Like it's like excessively painful right now. But I did go consult a doctor today and get some antibiotics, so hopefully within the next couple of days that clears up. It's not a big deal, and it's funny because I have known a good number of people who live with chronic pain that I'm sure is a lot worse than this, so I'm just like, as long as I have a reasonable amount of energy, I would like to keep coming and streaming on here, because I like putting out content, people watch it, people absorb it, and I think I'm pretty good at it. But that said, it's just a little bit lower quality than I like, which then loops back and annoys me, because I'm like, okay, why am I bothering to do it if it's not as good as it can be? You know, so thanks everyone for bearing with me. If you watched all the way to the end of the video and all the way to this point, thank you so much. And subscribing on YouTube and following me on Twitch is all I need right now. So please do that if you haven't done it already. I'm going to keep making lots of different content. If there's any deck that you want to see, you can always let me know. Wrenn, I know you'd probably be interested in seeing me fumble through some Legacy at some point. I would love to do that. There's a lot of awesome decks that have been popping up, new ones like Esper Vial, and all sorts of nonsense. I'm assuming you watch It's Julian from time to time. I think he's really fantastic and entertaining. If you haven't seen him, check him out, because the Eternal... Everyday Eternal podcast is really nice for Legacy content, and he's a fantastic streamer. His setup is unbelievable. Esper Vial is an old deck played by exactly one person before this month, but that's kind of like the Stryfo pile, right? Punishing Thieves. Like, Stryfo is basically the only one who plays that, except every now and then, like, other people pick it up and do really well with it. Like, I think one of the last Legacy Showcase or Legacy Challenge, someone was playing 80 card Urian Stryfo pile, like with Deck Faden and Punishing Fire. So like this is a thing that happens in Legacy and Modern for that extent. Like Titan was the same way. Was it you? Good for you, man. Titan was the same way. Lantern was the same way. The Lotus Box too. That was your Smurf. I was wondering, because I'm like, I would remember if it was the name Lynn Chalice, right? Cool. Anyway, thanks, people, for tuning into the stream, and have yourself a fantastic night. Take care of yourself. Take care of your friends and family, your loved ones. We're not out of this coronavirus situation yet, and if you do run into any personal health problems, you can still consult a doctor. It's probably safer now than it was, 6 weeks ago or so. Still, do it by phone where you can, and lots of love to everyone out there.